Yes.
Hey,
Good evening.
we're here, guys.
Evening.
Evening, chaps. How's it going? How's it going?
Friday. Oh, mate, it's good. It's Friday, isn't it? So all good. Always good.
Absolutely, absolutely. First one back from me. Apologies for last week. Yeah, working, so that's the reason. Didn't make it. I tried my best, but by the time I got the tram home, it was an absolute nightmare. So yeah, it's. But I did catch it. I managed to catch a little bit of it on the way home. And yeah,
Mate,
gonna be
we
for the
did.
first
We did
one.
miss you. We did miss
As
you.
always, mate, you do a good job on the very first one, don't you? So
And it just goes downhill.
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I honestly can't believe you thrashed a public-owned bus, taxpayers' money. You thrashed it that much, it broke down on you. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it did, mate. Yeah, I had a nightmare that day. I had the one bus breakdown with me the day before, and then another bus breakdown with me on that day, mate. It's just like, yeah. It's.
I mean, it could be the buses, like it could be the driver. I'm not sure. You didn't know how to use the clutch and stuff, yeah.
Could be a bit of both, mate. Bit of both, maybe. Yeah. Or it could be the toolbox at the back one and just try and undo a few bolts. Yeah, I would broke down.
Yeah, mate.
No, it's. I mean, if you think about it, like some of these buses, mate, they've got like 800,000 miles on them.
Yeah.
900,000 miles on the clock, mate. It's just like, how the hell? Like, it's just insane. Do you know what I mean? They just run basically 24 hours a day.
And they've never left Manchester. 800,000 miles just in Manchester.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's love to go around Manchester for 800,000 miles.
That's it. The arena and back. That's what it is, isn't it? Never
that's how you mean.
When there's a concert on, does it?
Oh no! You got no chance. I'll tell you what, mate. I'd love you to go down there, when there's a concert on around that. All right, mate. You don't move. It's impossible. No. You just don't move, mate. It's just insane. But anyway, first things first. As always, as customary on the channel, we have to see who's in the house and who's put the name up first. And first one on the list was Tony. So even in Tony, he's saying there he's met Ross at Oasis, knowledgeable guy. Big shout out to him. So big shout out to Ross. Reef is in the house. John, as always, evening, John.
Evening.
Hope you're well, my friend. Techers Reef. Let's have a look. Russell is in the house. Evening, Russell. Riggsy 69. Evening, my mate. Stuart. Evening, Stuart. UKM. Reef King Carl is in the house. I joined. I watched a bit of Carl's Instagram earlier on with Bucks Reefer. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
The more content.
He did mention a few good things. Yeah, he mentioned a few good things about like tanks and obviously size and cost and stuff like that. So maybe we could put touch onto that maybe later on. Dripper, evening Dripper. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope Steve's wheels were turning and he ain't mugging us off to go play with a shiny new toy. No, mate. No. Gills Aquarium, evening Liam. Hope you're well.
Nice, Liam.
I see you've got you added another thing. Was it a flow? Something to do with a flow, was it? He added something to his tank dinner. Today, was it?
Oh,
I've not looked.
Is it a flow thing or something? Comment below, mate, what you added or you got. Was it today? I've not been on Instagram apart from.
You mean a wave maker?
No, it wasn't a wave maker. It was something to do with added to his tank. I can't remember. I'm sure the comment below. Joe,
how's Paul getting on with his headphones? Are you all right there, Paul? With headphones, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I can hear fine. It was the wireless one was playing up.
Nice one, mate.
Chris,
stethoscope, really.
Yeah.
Hey, not far wrong, mate. Listens to his
evening, Haley.
I can talk to him. So Steve trying to do the intro, and you're just bloody talking over him. I apologise on Jay's behalf.
John's Reef UK, evening, John. Simple Reef Life, evening. Reef 216. Marek, evening, Marek.
Packed out.
Daniel Bennett Sports Highlights, evening, Daniel.
Wow. Need to check out his YouTube channel, also.
Scott.
Evening, Scott, mate.
I think we are up to. There he is. Yeah, this. Right, it's tackle with
Jill. I called him Jill last week. I didn't know how to pronounce it. I was like, Jill's Reef, Gill's Reef, Gill's Aquarium. Liam, sorry, mate. And if we ever if we ever cross paths, please be nice, mate. I don't want any hassle.
Yeah.
So I called you the wrong name. Yeah. I know you're a bloke. Gill's Reef.
And these foot doesn't restrict flow. Going over the back panel, so keep the flow without the vehicle restricting. Right then, nice. So we've got that sorted. So yeah, we're all up to date. So first things first,
can I just interrupt? I want to see.
Yeah,
Tom's got a colourful T-shirt on here, and I want to see what's going on here. Has he been like?
No, it just says reefer on it. That's it.
Mate, oh wow,
that is a reefer.
That is special. I like that.
Christmas present.
He's jealous. Is it? He's jealous.
Yes, I am a bit jealous. Mate, that's smart. That does.
They do it in. They do it in medium, large, XL. They don't do it in 8 to 12. Jay, sorry.
But is that available for your channel? Is that available for your channel? Is that
of course it is. Of course it is.
Farming channel.
My farming channel. Yeah.
His farming channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming soon. Tom Brooks' YouTube channel. Check it out.
That's the
one.
It's
dropping very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it don't get boring. Just keep doing it. It's fine.
Same jokes every week, mate. That's why people keep coming back. I also want to challenge someone to beat Tony to the comments in 2024. That's 2 streams we've had in 2024. He's been the first to comment in both. So there you go. Challenge set.
Fair play. NB Reefer has just joined us, even in NB.
Nice.
You're well sold. What I will go on to is ask you guys, how's your tanks all going? Because obviously mine's limited. So I'm not going to ask about mine. Not really much has gone on in mine, to be fair. A few things are going to be happening this week, though. So, yeah, stay tuned. But yeah, apart from that, everything's fine in my tank. Everything's all alive. Lily, though, granted, she's looking a bit thin. I've added some more pods. I've added another 10 packs of pods to the tank the other day. But and somebody did comment in my YouTube channel about adding this paste. I'll have to dig it out to try and find out what. But it was like a paste that he said you roll it up and stick it to the rock, and then it started to eat off it. So never heard of that. But I might look into it. No, it wasn't a mastic. No? Yeah, I presume it would be like a mastic, but it wasn't a mastic. It was maybe somewhat similar. Right. But they said that and then they started, and then it weaned it off onto frozen. But she's like over 5 years old now, and yeah, I've added frozen into the tank
frozen after all them pods. No way.
Yeah, there's no chance she's going to go on that. You know what I mean?
How long did it take you to get weaned onto frozen, Jay?
Mate, I hate frozen food, really, to be honest. I'm being truthful. I rarely eat frozen food.
He likes chicken nuggets every once in a while. Frozen chicken.
Right. I love chicken nuggets.
Those potato alphabets.
Alphabet spaghetti.
When I need to get my spelling up for the kids, you get that out.
Yeah, you've got to take your toothbrush. You've got to take your toothbrush in, haven't you?
I know, I've heard about
it. You see that? You've got to take your toothbrush in and teach them how to clean the teeth.
I mean, you know what I mean? Teachers are like more and more. I don't want to moan about teaching because it's a brilliant job, but we feel like we're more parents.
But you're going to moan anyway.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like, don't you? It's a Friday. We feel like parents rather than teachers at the moment. Like just making sure that they come in without even being fed and stuff with that breakfast. I don't want to make.
You know how me, Paul, and Mogsy feel.
Yeah.
What, you get to work without your breakfast, do you?
No, I said no. I mean, being parents for you.
All right, yeah. Well, yeah, you do look after me on a Friday. I appreciate that. You do. Yeah, I'm going to have to teach the kids how to.
No, it is bad. It is bad. I have read a few things about that. You know, I mean, my kids, we put ours like. I mean, they have breakfast anyway, but like on the odd case, my missus she's got to go in work early or whatever. They have a breakfast club, breakfast club in the morning.
Yeah, that's what.
So they can go in. So they can go in and they can get like a breakfast in the canteen and stuff. So obviously, you just they go in, but they always go. They always get a breakfast of some sort, whether it's out of my house or whether it's whether it's in school. But I mean, breakfast, I mean, it's the most important meal of the day for kids, especially for kids, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For ourselves, I mean, I don't really eat breakfast, to be honest. On the odd occasion, I do. You know what I mean? I might have like yogurt or, Greek yogurt with some berries or something, to be fair, because I'm not a mad cereal lover, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame that kids don't eat breakfast, to be fair. But you know what? You just don't know the background, do you? You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
It's getting worse. It's getting harder for families. It's getting
worse, mate. It is.
It's getting harder for reefers as well. It's getting harder for reefers. The hobby is expensive, you know. The number of people that have downsized recently, you've got obviously me, I've downsized from the start. You've downsized, Moxie, and obviously Paul's downsized.
Yeah, but I've only downsized. Exactly, yeah. I've only downsized for a reason, but trust me, it's But
you're enjoying it more now, aren't you?
Crossed.
To me, that Nano.
You know what? I'm actually enjoying water changes. I never thought I'd say that, but you know what? Though, the ironic thing is, I think it's only because it's a Nano, mate. Now, if it was something like Tom's, I guarantee you, I would not be liking water changes on it. But that's another story. We don't want to set them on that, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh no. But yeah, I mean, water changes.
Moxie's enjoying water changes. You've heard it here first. We never hear that, Paul, did you?
I know.
3 years we've been tuned into this. Never heard that before.
Yeah, he's been converted.
He's been converted.
No. Yeah. Only in a Nano. Only in a Nano. Yeah. Nano. Only in a Nano. Let's get that right. In a Nano tank. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna ask you another question. Does it make a difference?
You know what? I'll give you this. Yeah.
I'll give you this.
I think the answer is yes.
I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, no, I'll give you this. I think it makes a bit of a big difference in a small tank. Yeah,
right.
A big difference as well. When you do it in a big tank, depending on the size of the water change, I don't think you see much of a difference. In all honesty, to me personally, when I used to do water changes in my big tank, all right, the corals, but the corals they look the similar sort of thing when they didn't have a water change. Do you know what I mean? But like in this Nano, I've got those two little torches where one wasn't doing too good. Now the other one that wasn't doing too good with the water changes, and now it's got adapted to the light and everything. Yeah, it seems to be coming out now. You know what I mean? Flowing, dosing anything. Yeah, you know what I mean. I am going to be dosing, so I'm going to be dosing that all for reef. Like I said, I love that. I love that stuff. You know, for a Nano tank, anything up to like 150, 200 litre tank, I think it's fantastic. I'm not saying you can't use it in a big tank. For sure, you can. But like, I think it's those squeezy bottles where you just squeeze them and it's just like squeeze it 5 ml, tip it in, and it's done. That's like perfect to me. It's so easy. Every morning, do it, and it's done with. You know what I mean? So yeah, that sort of thing is great. But for the Nano tank, I've got to agree, a water change is a must. You know what I mean? I think it's it just refreshes the water, refreshes the tank, and obviously lowers nutrients because nutrients raise.
How much evaporation are you going through on it?
You know what? Believe it or not, I'm going through quite a bit. To be fair, it's probably going about half a litre a day. I reckon.
I wouldn't have thought so with the atom in your house. I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, it's freaking freezing, mate. I tell you, in this house, I swear to God, it's like I'm living in an igloo. Honestly, God, mate, I'm like, what the hell? I don't know if there's something wrong with this heating, but it can't be, mate. You know what I mean? It's not bloody old enough. This heating, it's a new system. Well, yeah, it's
5 litres a day. What's the litre in the tank?
52.
I mean, no, what 52? But it's not 52. I reckon when I did 2 orange buckets, and that's 20 litres, the other day, 2 orange buckets. What? Because I just thought I'd just do an extra big water change. I did 2 orange water buckets. They're 10 litres, each those buckets. And when I drained the water out of the tank, it had literally dropped below half in the system, and then I filled it up. And so with displacement of sand and rock, I bet there's only 40 litres of water in there, to be honest. I reckon 40 litres of water. Do you know what I mean? So when you say a 10 litre water change, you know what I mean? Theoretically, you're doing like a 20% water change because there's only 40% water. There's only like I said 40 litres of water in there. So you're doing 20-25% water change really at a 10 litre bucket. So it does replenish it, you know what I mean, for sure. But yeah, I'm going to stick to that. I have been sticking to it weekly, religiously on a Sunday or whenever I'm off, you know what I mean? And even if I've been working on Sunday, when I've come home from work, I've done it. You know what I mean? Whether it's late or a middle or whatever. So yeah, it's I need to stick to that because it's all about routine, isn't it? You know, in the hobby, if you're in a routine, you're good. If you go out of that routine, you say to yourself, you know what, I'll do it next week, and then next week comes and you've missed 2 weeks. And then you do another one, and then it's 3 weeks, and then before you know it, you're like, "Oh, I can't be asked for it." You know what I mean? I'm not bothering, and that's the way you do it, don't you?
That's the thing with the Nano, though. It's like it's not too much effort to do anything. Neither is it too much cost to do anything. So, like, if you are a bit lazy or you've got a busy life, you can have a compromise with a Nano as well as reef, as well as have a life, as it were.
Sorry. Yeah, and if you have a Nano, you have softies, zoas, and stuff like that. Then it becomes even easier, doesn't it? Because you haven't got to worry about it. If you do a big water change, say once a month, the corals are not going to react to it. The stability does matter, but not as much as it does with torches and other things like that. So you can run as we said before, you can run a reef really easy, and I say relatively cheaply.
Relatively,
make it as expensive as you want, really.
As cheap as it can be in this hobby.
Well, absolutely. But you're talking about evaporation. Mine's about a litre a day, usually, out of this tank. So that's 100 litres. And you got the rock, so it's not too dissimilar to yours, which is half a litre. Was that supposed to be 57 litres or 52?
52.
Yeah, so
52.
It's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's.
I mean, like I said, it's definitely. Yeah, like I said, there's definitely about 40. There's probably only 40 litres of water in there. There's got to be 40 litres of water. That's it. Because of, like I said, the rock and the sand and stuff. So, I mean, like you said, it's so easy to just do 10 litres in it. 10 litres is nothing in it. You can mix 10 litres up in no time, of salt and mix it up to the right thing, and it's done with. I mean,
it's a quick job.
The one thing I was going to add to it, to be honest, but then I think, well, do I? Because I'm not here during the day, when I do get home, obviously the evaporation of the water has gone out of the tank, so the weight in the back, because it's an all-in-one, it's dropped, into in the return, Well, that's where the heater is. Now, this heater, that Aquarium, whatever it is, heater that I've got, that says that it needs to be fully submerged in water in operation. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, well, I don't want that to be burnt out because the water's dropped too low in it, and then you know what I mean. Then there's no water going over it. So I'm thinking, do I get like an ATO system? You know, like a little ATO, a cheap one. Well, then I thought,
Red Sea 3-in-1. That's not cheap, though, is it? Not cheap.
For the Nano,
180. Yeah, but you've got to put it. What are you going to put in the big
more than the
tank?
actual tank in it. That isn't that the more than the tank?
That's true. But you buy the big tank, Steve. When you get your new tank, what ATO you put in there?
Yeah, you can transfer it over.
Yeah, clumsy, mate.
Oh, that one. That's rubbish. You hated that, Steve. You absolutely bitched about it.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I've got
the live stream.
Broken bus, broken Tunzi, broken heater. What's going on?
KH keeper.
Hold on a minute.
I mean, it's adding up. There's no mistake here, is there?
Yeah, corners.
Let me just clarify something here. I'm glad you said that. I hated it. That's what you said, Paul. I hated it. Yes, you're absolutely correct on that analogy.
We got it on film.
But the question is, I got it fixed, and now I love it. So now it's flawless, mate. It works flawlessly. When something's working, it's perfect.
It's not working now. It's not working now.
It's not working. No. It's in the boxes, mate. Yeah, it's in the boxes, but it will be on my new system, mate. But then I thought to myself, well, you know what? I might even get something like the Osmolate or the Tunzi, the small Nano one. You know, the Tunzi Nano one. That's a good option, and you can pick them up for what is it, about 80 quid or something, 85 quid or whatever. So I'm thinking, you know what? The D&D one is about 70 quid, so you might as well go for the Tunzi, which is got a good rep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
You have to be electrical engineer. Like it comes with like exposed wire. When I first got it, I'm like, wires and stuff.
You know what?
It's weird, isn't it?
I can never understand that, mate. Even on the big one, I can never understand why it comes with those wires, mate. Like you said, I was like, does it have to be in with the right connection? Like, and they went, oh no, you can go in with anyone. Doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm like, flipping heck. Yeah, I blow it up before I've even got it in water. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, this is not good, this, is it? But But yeah, it's one of them things. But I do think one thing I do need to add is an ATO, just so it can just trickle a bit in water. You know, each time it just drops. You know what I mean? Rather than me going ahead and tipping in half a litre of water. You know what I mean? Every time I come home. So
I'm sure that's on Paul's top 5, an ATO when you've got a Nano. That's in your top 5, wasn't it, Paul?
It might be. Steve hasn't watched it, as he would have bought it, wouldn't they? And get an ATO. Was number 3 because of salinity and the heat check as well. And he's not taking a tip, is it? The top 5. He's just pouring a jug in every so often.
I enjoy that video. It's a really good video. If you
I'm taking the tip. I'm taking it on board, mate. I'm taking it on board. But
you're not going to do it.
I want to tell you something else, Steve, as well. It's a bit like, don't be offended, right? But your clownfish look ridiculous in that tank.
They're like sharks, aren't they?
They're basically like they do one little swim and then they're at one end, and then they turn
greens.
I bet they're like, "Come on, what? Yeah, Dad, come on, get a bigger tank."
Never fear, my friend. They're going to a new home soon. They're going to a new home. So yeah, they're going to a new home, a temporary new home, mate. They're going on holiday. Yeah, no, I did think, and to be honest, I've had a bit of a, I've had a bit of an issue, mate. You know, with them and all that, like, but yeah, I mean, they looked like they were attacking. They was attacking like my little mandarin the other day. So it's like I'm thinking it's so yeah. We're coming to a situation here where we've got to sort that out. So yeah.
Are they going to Uncle Scott's?
No, they're not going to Uncle Scott's. No. They're going to Lee's. You know the guy who got me. He's putting him in his frag tank. So yeah, he's going to mind them.
Is he the guy who bought all your corals?
Bought the corals, yeah.
They're doing really
well. He's got that cage system on it.
He does water changes, so he's going to be, isn't he?
He won't
want to come on, mate.
They'll have doubled in size by the time you get them back. You'll have to catch him with a rod.
Yeah, fish him out. Yeah, they were like, we're not coming home, we're staying here. Yeah. But
brilliant.
But yeah, no, it's I do agree there, and when I started to see like a little bit of aggression, mate, and all that, I'm thinking, yeah, this is not good now. This needs to fix. So because I thought to myself, is Lily like losing weight because she's being bullied? You know what I mean? Yeah. Could that be a reason? Maybe she's stressed. Yeah. Is she stressed to come out in the little, out and about because they're around? Like you said, like great white sharks, aren't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. So in a little tank. So it's like, is she petrified to come out? So yeah, I mean, I don't know because I'm not a bloody fish. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking if I take once I get rid of them, once I take them out, she's going to be in there, and then maybe I might get some tiny little orange clownfish, the ocellaris ones, the little tiny ones, some tiny little things. Stick them in it, you know what I mean? But we need to sort that out. But I did. I
understand why
on that, to be honest.
You can't get rid of them really, but they're just huge from the tank, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like you getting rid of your clowns. You know what I mean? As much as the pains in the asses, you don't want to you would never get rid of them.
You've had them from day one, haven't you? Like as soon as you start.
I've had them from day one, mate. I've had them from day one, so they're like 6.5 years old or something. 6 years, 6.5 years old, mate. So
what's that in fish years?
Decent size. It was decent size when I got them, so I reckon it could probably be about 7 or 8 years old. Them fish, you know what I mean? So yeah, I need to keep them, mate, for sure. So we're going to keep them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I need to. And they're going to be in, like I said, Lee's tank. So he's going to put them in his K tank or his frag tank. So, which I appreciate very much. But
it's good when people help you out.
They don't need that much because they don't like swim up and down much, do they? But they just need a bit more than what you've got. I mean, mine look too big in the 170 because one's almost 10 years old this year. Wow. And that's the original fish that I had. But they get really big by that. But they can live to like 20 odd years.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
and you see some people on that. But Steve, why bother getting clowns? Why don't you get something like a neon blue goby or the what's it called? You get a little chalk goby, can't you? Get pistol shrimp or do something a bit different. You just get some 2 or 3 smaller fish.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
What Paul said. I think that's a good show.
Because the problem is, if you go back to one tank, you then got 2 pairs of clowns, and you put them together, and there's a fair chance of a dust up, and the smaller clowns getting wiped out because they'll gang up. I mean, some people do.
But remember, I'm keeping this tank R. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like the Nano. I'm keeping the tank. This is going to be like a little mixed reef type thing. Do you know what I mean? This is what this one's going to be. So I'm keeping this one. Do you know what I mean? But
I was just thinking, say a bit different, Steve. Get some small fish you haven't had before.
Get your
pistol shrimp.
I mean,
combo.
I mean,
why don't you get Lily a partner?
A maximum of 4 in, couldn't you? You could only have 4 fish in here, couldn't you? You know what I mean?
Depends on the size, but that's why I'm saying like a neon blue goby, quite small, or the orange gobies. They're even smaller. You don't need much for them to look big, do you? On that, so you get a small goby or pistol shrimp combo. I don't know what else you can get. You can't get it too big, can you? Because they're just it's not good for them. And
the yellow ones.
That's what I'm trying to think. The yellow goby, aren't they?
Coral goby.
That's the one. Coral goby.
Coral goby. One of them. They're nice and cute, aren't they? Yeah, I could get one of them.
Bit like Joey sometime.
They're all like little puppy head, aren't they? They are quite cute though. I quite like them. They are cute little fish.
Yeah, they are pretty cute. They are, yeah. I agree.
What about some Bangai Cardinals? Get some of them in.
They get quite big.
Yeah. Jake, no, he's trying to wind me up, mate. That's what he's trying to do. You know what I mean?
You can all fall asleep in your next video. Bangai Cardinals. Fill it with Bangai Cardinals. Because they don't move.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm going to move up. I'm going to move up because we're way behind on the things. I'm going to.
We're doing fine, Steve. It's you.
We're not. We are way behind.
I feel like I'm on time.
Way behind.
We're just chatting it.
Let me see. Let me see where I am. Let me see where I am here now.
Are you over the flu now, Steve? Anyway, you're over the flu now. You're 100% now. You feeling all right?
I'm not 100%, mate. I'm probably about 90%. Yeah, still got a bit of a bunged up nose, but I'm a lot better, mate. Yeah, it's it knocked me for 6, mate. Honest to God, it's whatever it was. It's some sort of crazy bug going on.
Most people have had it.
I've had it since Boxing Day, mate. Mad. You know what I mean? New Year, I didn't even have a drink. It was mad. You know what I mean? It was like I was in bed at 11 o'clock. My missus is waking me up. Like, are you bringing in the New Year? I'm like, no. Well, so I had a bit of a. She didn't speak to me for a few days. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
You're getting a bit of colour back in you, so you can do it to the corals now.
Yeah, getting a bit of a colour, mate. Yeah. Just need your light in front of my face. Just need your sunbed in front of my face, mate. You know what I mean? But
that's a sunbed, as you can see. Look, that's my sunbed.
I know. Yeah, you stick your head under it. Mickey boy, evening, Mick. Rita, mate, and Crafter. Hello, my name is Rita. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Rita. Hope you are well.
Yeah.
Martin Salmon. Any tips on keeping gonnies? Well, Jay's the gonny king. Jay knows the thing. Don't ask me about it, but I know Cotties put like dosing manganese, which is what everybody gets told is to dose that. Jay doses that. So apart from that, but Jay, you like flow, don't you? Flow on yours, on your.
So mine are here. Look, you can see them, and basically they're getting flow from 3 directions, and it kind of gets channeled onto them. So they love flow. So get like turbulent flow around them. They love that. Manganese, definitely. Magnesium levels above 1400. A slightly dirty tank, like a little bit like the water, not too clean, like nutrient rich water. They love nutrients, like gonnies. You can't keep gonnies in a spotless tank, as it were. I don't think you can anyway. And what's the other one? Oh, this was from Eco Marines. Don't run Roaphos, apparently. I don't run Roaphos anymore.
Oh, yeah.
No Roaphos. Apparently they don't like it. Maybe because that takes the nutrients out of the water, I'm guessing. So then they don't.
And
like
I suppose if you run a lot of Roaphos,
Yeah.
And you can strip a lot, and SPS don't like Rowaphos when you strip it out too quick, which comes down to the phosphate going through the floor.
Yeah.
So I think whether that's to do with Goniopora, but certainly if you put too much Rowaphos, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just pray to God, because I think there is a bit of luck with them as well, to be honest. So just
target feed yours. I agree.
I don't target feed them, no. But as you can see, I've just poured that mysis in, and I poured it. I always pour my food in this corner here, like a bit like you. You pour your food in that same corner, don't you, up there?
I do.
So it always goes in here, so maybe that's giving it something as well. I don't know, maybe, but yeah. I love a Goni. They're really nice.
Yeah. Oval to mine. So
yeah. One, actually.
Let us know how it goes on.
Get a new one.
What one are you getting? An amaze ball?
Have you seen the one that Christian's advertised recently? That like rainbow one.
Is that the one? Is that the one we saw as a frag? And he was growing out. Is it that one?
Yeah.
When was that? That was not. That was January last year or the year before?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
And it was a small frag, and you said frag it, and you wanted a piece, and he said you'd have to wait. So it's taken that long for him to get the colonies.
That's
wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
So loads of times I ask for corals, and he won't let me have them at that point because he's either growing them out or he's nurturing them or whatever he's doing. He only lets me have them when they're ready. So that you remember that A-can as well. I don't know if you were there.
Fair play to him for that though, because some places would just let you have it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and he just I'm still waiting on the A-can as well.
Yeah, another one.
So I'm on that. But I've reserved one of the Gonis. I think there's quite a few of them. But I've reserved it. Let me just try and find a little clip. It looks stunning.
What are they called? So they're not amaze ball ones, are they?
It's not amaze balls, no.
I thought it seemed to have more colours in it. It had 5 or 6 colours on it, if I remember rightly.
It did, yeah. I don't know. I don't know where the names come from, to be honest. But
people make them up and they stick, don't they? But the amaze ball one seems to be one that's been doing the rounds. But that's gone down. That's gone down. I saw them for 300 quid a frag.
Yeah.
And now I've seen them for about 150 to 170 quid. Now I don't have as much difference in the size, but that's a lot of difference in the price between 300.
I don't know if you see. You can't really tell.
Yeah, I can see that one.
You're not getting the greens there.
Oh, I think I've seen that on Instagram.
Have you seen that Spider-Man one he's got?
It's not. You're not getting the greens for the cameras, but yeah, the Spider-Man one looks insane as well.
Wow.
It's on Signature Frag's website. It's like photo 9 on there. It's unreal. But yeah, I know the maze balls, like they're the really collectible ones. But when you see the photographs of them, they do look like incredible with the reds and the orange and the green.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you see them in people's tanks, they do look a little bit like, I don't know, just a bit washed out. I don't know if it's. I don't know if they're hard to keep.
But a lot of things do. SPS are typical of that, where people buy SPS, and I've had SPS. You bring them home and they change colour quite often. They'll lose their colour. And then they'll come back because your lights are different, your flow's different, your nutrients different.
That's it.
On those kind of things, it's unlikely that it'll be the same in your tank from the place you bought it from. Possible. It might take months. I've had that with the gold torch. I had the gold torch in that big colony in the 170. I put it in a tank to it, looked nothing like it. And it took about 4 months for it to come back and look gold again.
It works on the flip side as well, though. You can get corals in your tank and end up looking better than where you got them from. So
that's a fair point.
Yeah. Often mine don't, because I get them from Signature Frags, and I mean they still look good, but they seem to be a bit more vibrant when he's got them than.
But he's had it all day long. That's his trade, and he's got the bigger tanks as well, so he can get the stability.
Plus he'll be tweaking certain elements to make it pop a little bit more than anybody else can.
And to be honest, his flow is... Steve, you're muted, mate. You've got mute on. His flow is insane there as well. I don't know how... it's just like a wave pool, whereas mine's not... There's nowhere near as much flow as he gets going.
But you've got more flow on your Gonioporas than I've seen in most tanks. And also on your torches as well. Yeah. But I must admit, I took it from you that the Goniopora I've got here is in a place where it gets quite a lot of flow. And it's absolutely loving it.
They do love flow.
Yeah. And the torch in the 170, that gets flow from 2 sides, and it's just kind of waving from side to side, not getting battered. And that's just probably the best torch I've had in terms of growth. All the others have been okay-ish, but nothing compared to that. And I think that's down to flow.
It definitely is, yeah. Getting the nutrients in, and then obviously the crap off.
It's a dirty tank as well, in terms of what nitrates about 30, phos 0.1. So that tank on those kind of levels. You get a little bit of algae, but the corals seem to love it.
Yeah, they do. And also, I heard that if you turn up your flow, your torches are more likely to split. What else? What's going on?
Yeah, where's he gone?
The main guy
back on the bus.
Is cleared up.
He's going to do a water change.
I know, maybe. It'll only take him 10 minutes, so he's only got his tiny tank. Yeah, I heard that when you increase the flow, not obviously to stress the torches, but it does encourage them to split. So yeah, if you're trying to I don't know, cultivate, grow your torches, put them in a higher flow area. Yeah. I also noticed as well, which is a bit annoying, like my torches on the frag rack here are more colourful than the ones on the scape. And I think it's like the light. The glass,
they're getting lower light because they're not underneath.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, they're further away. You got one puck, and those torches seem to be right underneath the puck. So that's where there's going to be the highest. That's where you get the highest par, aren't you? And so off to the right a little bit. If you were to get a par meet, you don't have to go that far wider than the actual puck for the par to go down.
Yeah, but it's just annoying because the most colourful ones now are on my frag rack, and I'm like,
you should be able to sell them then.
Well, they are sold. Oh,
well,
so this big one here. This big one here is going to Christian.
Yeah.
Signature frags, and then the one behind it, which you can't see, that's a Holy Grail. That's super nice. That's going to Grumpy Reefer on Instagram. And then, to be fair, these two little ones that are nearest to the camera, I'm just nurturing them at the moment. Nurturing them they just need to be a bit bigger to get rid of them. But I won't be selling them on eBay because,
lesson learned, eh?
Bring them to Aqua with you.
To be fair, by Aqua, I think they'll be that's about the right time when they'll be ready in about 3 months' time.
In the car park, you can swap in the car park.
Yeah, that's it. Do some trading of coral swapsy. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the plan, I think. But yeah, the Gonies are doing well.
Good.
I can't wait to get my new one.
Have you got space for it, or are you gonna have to clear out?
I'm gonna. So on the other side of this rock, there is another space. So I might turn it sideways then. But the issue I've got is this rainbow chalice here is absolutely massive now, and it's growing out. There's no more room for it. So I don't know if I need to sell it and then buy
bigger tank. Just get a bigger tank, like you keep saying.
I know, but it's like you and YouTube channel, mate. It's like.
That's a comeback.
Do you want me to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest with you. So number one, I haven't quite got the money to buy a new tank. That's one thing at the moment, if I'm being truthful. And then number two, that tank's gone really well for me. And I do my water change, and I sit here and do my work, and it fits in with my lifestyle, and I'm just loving it. I absolutely love this reef, and it's just I enjoy it. And it doesn't cause me any hassle. It doesn't cause me any problems. And I am very nervous to start again. I see people start again and again and again. And it's not easy, is it? That first year is so tricky. And I'm scared. Not scared, but I'm just... I'm worried that because I don't want 2 reef tanks. If I shut one down that's really nice, I'm really happy with it.
You don't get the same effect.
And if the other one fails, I'll be like, oh, why did I do that?
But there's no reason why it fails, because you're just talking about a larger volume of water, and if you follow the same steps, there's no reason why.
Yeah, it's not just that. I mean, your tank looks the way it does now because of the effort you've put into it. That's down to you and nobody else.
And the dosing and the bacteria and all the small things you do add up, because I don't think there's not many people out there that's got a Nano that's over 3 years old, for starters, because not many people keep Nanos going
for that long.
And secondly, the quality.
Sorry, Paul, with 3,000 likes. So
3,000 subs.
Oh, I thought 3,000 likes.
Well, I did. Subs. Sorry,
that's subs on YouTube.
Well,
you've broken that barrier, haven't you?
Mate. Appreciate that.
That hurt.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I savor that one.
No, mate. a lot of love. Yeah, 3,000 subs. Yeah, I'm chuffed. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you follow the channel, thank you very much. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, brilliant job, mate. Brilliant job.
Thank you. And he's back. Steve's back.
He is.
Yeah, I've had to change my headphones, mate. The headphones on the other ones died.
The battery gone.
It shut off. Yeah.
Right,
but yeah, no, I know what you're saying there, Jay. To be honest, I am I'm absolutely petrified. You know what? I
Yeah.
shut down a great
You're doing
tank.
the same thing,
No
aren't you?
no water changes, mate. Yeah, like it run itself. It was just like it just ran itself. You know what I mean? I did all I had to do was just make sure all the
dosing was topped up.
magnesium, calquassor, everything was topped up. That's all
It's
my
a dream,
job.
isn't it? Though it's a dream.
You know what I mean? It's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream and a reef. But then you also got to think to yourself, yeah. It's like I wanted, like for me, I wanted another challenge. I did what I did. People told me you can't have a mixed reef, a beginner, a newbody, a new one, somebody who's never had a tank. It won't succeed. That's what I got told, mate. Yeah. In the shop, 5 people who own shops, it won't happen. Mixed reef is one of the hardest ones to get because you've got to keep everything happy. But you know what? No, I proved everybody wrong. Every one of them wrong, mate. All those doubters, I proved them all. So now I'm thinking, right, I want to go into a different tank. I want to go into a different mindset. I want to do a different scape, a different whole thing. I want to go all SPS apart from the bubble coral, yeah. But apart from the bubble coral, all SPS, mate, yeah. And then see what it turns out like. It might go pear-shaped, it might go all tits up, but you know what? No, at least I can say I tried. You know what I mean? And I've done it. So I'm like you, petrified in.
It's a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it? It's nerve-wracking when you're in a comfort zone.
Stick to what I know, mate. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna stick to what I know and what I did. You know what I mean from the last one, and that's it. And touch wood, everything will go well. You know what I mean?
We know how much graft at the moment. We know how much graft Tom and Paul are putting in with their tanks at the moment to get them get them settled. At first, they take a while to settle, don't they?
But I think that depends on where you are in your reef journey or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I'm still like only 3 years in, aren't I? So I'm still a beginner.
You are a beginner. You know a hell of a lot, though, Joe. I
won't class that tank behind you. I won't class that tank behind you as a beginner.
No, you know a lot more.
Definitely. Give yourself some credit.
Well, yeah. You do pick it up, don't you? You pick it up along the way quite quick as well. Some of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
definitely.
You do.
No, you'll be right. You'll be right, Jay.
Yeah,
you'll be right, mate. You know what? Like you said, when you'll know when you're ready. When you're ready, you'll just go for it. You'll go all out for it. You know what I mean? And you'll just say, right, I'm having it. You know what I mean? And then that's it.
I'm proper itching to put some corals in my tank at the minute. Proper.
I bet you are, mate. You've done so well.
It's been like 4 months now. Do you know what I mean? 4 months, getting on to 5 months, and it's 4 months. 4 months this weekend. So
remember, Tom. Good things come to those that wait, mate. That's what you got to remember. Yeah. Good things come to those that wait. You know what I mean? And we say it time and time again. Yeah, it's this hobby. No matter who you are, and I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, it's just one of those hobbies that you cannot rush. You cannot rush it, mate. No. If you rush it, you're on a downward spiral. It might not happen straight away, but you're going downhill, and then you'll go downhill quick. And then before you know it, all the money you've invested in buying coral when you thought it was great and all that, it's all gone. Well, you know yourself anyway. You know what I mean? It's all gone. Yeah. For me, I'd rather have no coral in my tank for 8 months, 9 months, whatever. Yeah, and make sure that water is spot on and make sure it's stabilized before anything.
Well, that's the word, isn't it? It's the stability more than anything.
Yeah. Stability. It needs to be stable. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, it's a walk in the park. Then you can add as many corals as you want. You know what I mean? Because it's stable, and that's it. You know what I mean? Then all you're concentrating on then really is your alkalinity in it and your trace elements and stuff like that. That's all you're concentrating once it's stable. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just to feed the corals in it. You know what I mean? So it's but yeah, it is too many people. I see it time again. You know, even on forums and all that, and you know, like that Facebook marketplace and Facebook freaking, you know, Red Sea Owners Club and all that, mate. They all said, I'm shutting my tank down. How long's it been up for? 5 months. 5 months? What? Yeah, it's just algae and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because you've done it all wrong straight from the get-go. You rushed it. Fish dying, this dying. Yeah, because it probably wasn't cycled properly. You know, these things, which basic thing, and they shut the tanks down, and then that's it. They go out of the hobby. You know what I mean? It's sad.
Yeah. Back in the day, when I wanted to get into SPS, like the early days, you had to take a water sample and you had to show that you'd got adequate water from to sell it you. But that was before the hobby is what it is today, you know, because they wanted you to do well in hobby. And I think that's, you know, some of that's missing these days.
Absolutely, but you've done it right, mate. You're taking your time with it. The fish are just thriving in your tank, and I'm sure when the first corals go in, they're gonna take to it. They're gonna love it.
What, as in eat them?
Yeah, don't put any A-cams in there or anything like that.
No, not for Clive.
No.
Right. Let's have a look
Clive,
at some comments because we're way behind on these comments. So Darren's
we're way behind. We are.
We're way behind, mate. We're way behind. Yeah, we're at 8:22 and we're on 8:20:46. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're some way behind here. So Darren's in work, so he's going to try and catch up over the weekend. P.S. I may have brought an ultra jelly bean chalice. Oh, I can't wait to hear about that, my mate. So hopefully you can join us next week. Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever heard of an ultra. I mean, an ultra is not around. Yeah, the ultra just means a few pound notes, doesn't it?
I mean, a jelly
jelly bean, you think jelly beans are really nice, but ultra jelly bean?
Really nice. Yeah.
What's they got? 10 colours?
Riggs69 says, get a cheap dosing pump, Steve. Set it to dose 500 ml over 24 hours. Mate, you know what? I could do that. Absolutely. I mean, I've got dosing pumps here, which is not being used. I could have the dose. I've got 6 Versa pumps here, which I could just dose onto one of them. You know what I mean? It's mad, mate.
That's a good point. You could use the Versa and just top it up. So if you had like 400 mil and you top up 100 mil a day, it's still going to be stable.
Theoretically. Theoretically, like if a new exactly, I reckon it's about half a litre. So theoretically, 500 mil, like you say, on a Versa, you can actually put 500 mil to dose over 24 hours, because it doses that very little. It doses like 0.01 mil or whatever. You know, it could just dose like it did with my thing. So theoretically, I could do that, for sure.
The only issue you have is like, obviously there is slight variations in your water level each day.
That's why I do 400.
You might over.
Definitely not.
The limit is really important. Yeah,
exactly.
The limit is really important. It's slightly over under.
So at the
moment, is that the most important parameter, Jay?
No, actually, temperature is apparent.
Okay.
We every week. We love it. We love it.
A good call, that, mate. A good call, that.
A good call, that. Could save some money.
I so say they look like orca whales in that tank. You're absolutely right, man, mate. To be fair,
you're not wrong.
Get a gem tank, Steve. Joe tank, please. Absolutely, mate. Sunrise basslet would be a good fish monster in the tank. Never really seen. Don't think I've seen that one, to be fair.
A basslet's aggressive.
Get onto it, mate. See if you can find one of them, Paul, and we'll link it up on this stream. Clown gober. Absolutely perfect. You know what? Could be a good shout, that, to be fair. Clown gober.
Clown gober would look really good.
Yeah.
A Yasha gober. Yasha. Yeah, they're nice, to be honest. Do like them, to be fair.
You see the one that AAC got in yesterday? Was it prawn gober? You see it?
Prawn gober?
I'm sure it was prawn gober.
No.
Sure it was.
Daryl Alley, evening, Daryl. Hope you're well, mate. He's put any suggestions on how to fit an RODI unit to a kitchen tap. I don't have a clue, mate, because
they do it underneath, don't they?
There's a few videos. You get a kit, don't you? And the kit goes through the pipe. You screw to release the water, and then you attach it. I've never done it, but there are. If you YouTube it, but you usually get the kit that comes with it. There should be instructions that come with it as well. But all the RO units that I've bought have come with it. I tell you what, I would use it with caution. A lot of people I know that have done that have flooded the kitchen because you've got to remember when to turn it off.
Yeah.
It overflows, doesn't it? So your red pipe you can put in the sink, so that's fine. So that will flow away. Yeah. But of course, you use a container, and you got to remember. And I do mine in the garden, and I forget all the time.
But I have seen where they put those, those float valves on it where it disconnects it. So they put like a thing on it, don't they? So when the float valve, when it hits the float valve, it trips the RODI unit off, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's one of those, what are they called? The solenoids. You put a solenoid on it, don't you? Which you can do. I know it's more of a job, but if you're not going to be there, then it's worth it because, like you said, Paul said, you'll be coming on to God knows how many liters of water in your kitchen
and stuff like that in your kitchen.
Wood flooring, and your missus is not going to be very happy. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
You're going to find yourself homeless.
Yeah, exactly. Dripper, he said he's seen Gonies snorkeling and scuba diving. They were getting smashed about by the current. Absolutely, yeah. Because Gonies are the most shallow. Are they the most shallow corals, aren't they? They're not like deep. I don't think they're deep, are they? I don't think they're a deep coral, are they? To be honest, Gonies. I think they're more shallower.
I don't know. Maybe.
Sure,
it's interesting, obviously, in the wild that they get.
Don't think they're that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get battered in the waves. Yeah.
Right, Steve. There's that fish. Steve, I've done the fish. You look bottom left hand corner. Should be able to add it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little dude.
Someone said they can be aggressive. I don't know. Let's have a look, see what it says.
Reef King said that as well. I think basslets can be. I think
basslets in general, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the territorial, aren't they?
It does say it's known for its peaceful nature, but that's what it says.
Yeah, but he's trying to sell it. He's trying to sell it for 58 quid. If he said it was aggressive, no one would buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, 58 quid for it. That's quite expensive.
It says peaceful nature makes them compatible with most community aquariums. They said it twice.
What's the size? What size tank does it say? Has to be like minimum size and all that.
I don't think it says on this site.
What does it not?
No, this is not live aquarium. I'd have to go on live aquaria.
Ah, right. Sunrise pygmy basslet. Sunrise pygmy basslet.
Yeah, there's a picture of it.
Yeah, interesting. I mean,
that looks like an aggressive fish. Look at the eyes on that.
Yeah, look at the eye on that. That looks evil.
That looks a bit psycho.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it wants to kick somebody's ass. That does. Yeah.
Have you seen that picture I sent in group chat? It was it was called a flaming prawn goby. Have you seen it? I just sent it in the group chat. Get that little guy.
I don't know if I can get it on the screen. Where did you see that? On Facebook? Or was that on
yeah, he had one in yesterday. You'd be able to put it on.
Wow, he's cool. He is. He's nuts.
He is. Google it. Flaming prawn goby.
What's it called?
Flaming prawn goby.
Whack it on the screen, mate.
I've got to see if I can get on it.
Sexy little thing in.
Is it a goby or is it a prawn? It looks more goby to me. It does look very goby.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, Paul's got it up.
Let me share.
This is a cool little fish, though.
What's it called? Prawn goby.
Flaming.
Flaming. Because it's got red on it.
Oh, right. Flaming prawn goby. Interesting.
First picture on Google, I think. Top left. Got like a really fancy dorsal fin.
I mean, you're building it up, guys, here. You're really building it, so.
I know,
suspense is killing you.
Yeah.
I think it's quicker to go to the shop and have a look at it.
If you
there you go, Steve.
1 minute, mate.
All right. Good job, we're on for 2 hours, lads.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Full screen.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. We've got
first unique,
a bit interesting, Steve.
It's like a little dragonette, doesn't it? Looks like a dragonette, that thing.
That looks ace.
I tell you what, clowns would love those fins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I really like.
So does it actually swim, or is it like just because you get some fish with no swim bladders, don't you? Like that wreck fish, and they just like crawl over the rock, don't they?
I think that's like a scooter. It just scoots around by the looks of it.
It's like just on the sand or something. I don't.
Yeah.
Though, is it?
I've never seen one of them, mate. That looks big.
That is lovely, isn't it?
That is
nice, though, isn't it?
I reckon that's quite small as well. You wouldn't want to put that in a big tank. You never see it in a big tank, would you?
That is.
I don't think I'll be able to see it. I don't think I'll be able to see it in my tank.
That's beautiful.
Nice, though, isn't it? I told you. Really nice.
Nice movement.
You know what? That is nice. That, to be honest, I do like that. I've never seen one of them before. Yeah, I've never seen one of them before. You know what?
I tell you what, though.
How much is that? How much is that?
It doesn't say.
300 quid, it says.
Doesn't say.
Does it?
300. I'll buy 2.
Yeah, to the other extent.
Joking, mate. Oh,
that's Jay in the morning when his alarm clock goes off.
That's a problem.
It's got to go teach those year 9ers. Look at that dude.
He's got his face. They've not done their homework.
Jesus, that is horrible. That fish. I mean, that even beats the
You know what?
rabbit.
That just looks like a rock.
It's a Popeye sea gobbly.
It looks like a frogfish.
Yeah.
It probably is. Probably similar to that.
It looks.
It's probably poisonous as well.
It looks like it's going to kill everything.
Yeah.
That's a predator. That's a predator tank fish. That
for sure. You'd have to feed it river shrimp and stuff like that, wouldn't you?
Feed it small children.
Yeah.
Small children.
Small children.
Oh, love it.
Brilliant.
Oh, mate, what are you like?
Hey, good shout out. That was Tom. Prawn.
Nice
fish, that was a good shout.
Really nice fish.
Yeah,
well, really nice fish.
That is nice. That is nice.
Well impressed.
Scott's put. Let's have a look, Jay. That's because in the UK we don't have the true amaze balls. Only Indo similar named as amaze balls.
So they're kind of like fake. They're like fakes, are they? Fake amaze balls. I didn't know.
Gil's Aquarium. He's only ever had torches get pissy when pH is dropped.
Hey, do you know what? Tom has been messaging him saying, "Put this."
Yeah, definitely.
I spoke to him in a week or so no, I haven't.
So we have two things we don't mention on this channel: pH and KH keepers. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3.
Critical reef.
Can't mention that water company either.
Spotless. Yeah.
Spotless. Yeah.
Forbidden.
Liam
trying to wind us all
Critical
up.
Reef's just joined us. 8:38, so
Evening,
he's well and truly gone. He's got to go to work. He's got to catch up on a stream tomorrow. He's going to be catching up on a stream tomorrow.
Nice
he's going to work. Scott said that he was speaking with Christian as Scott's looking for amaze balls. He's chasing it, but he says his strain looks the closest. Joe was put ours. Yeah. Ours is SPS, LPS, so basically, a mixed one. And it's hard work, but it can be done. Absolutely, Joe, 100%. John's put, Jake Adams said to add coral straight away. John, you can add coral straight away for sure. There's loads of people who say you can add it. Whether it's the right way to do it, right thing to do, is totally controversial, I reckon.
Yeah,
she was an individual, I think. But personally, I wouldn't. I know it. I remember watching that one where he said you can do it. I remember watching that. That
too many swings, so it now.
What Jake Adams said exactly, but I mean,
no, I was going to say
there's people who say you can do it.
There's too many different ways of doing it, isn't there? Setting a new tank up and cycling it, man-made live rock, sand, no sand. You know, so many different.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it personally, but I suppose it's each to their own, innit? You know what I mean? To be fair. MB reefing, Paul, what's your advice with no pox for nutrient control?
Yeah, Paul's good with it.
Yeah, so you got to have a decent skimmer. I would say one that was oversized would be really helpful. You run the skimmer wet. Also start up small. I don't know what size tank you got, but I would start off with 1 milliliter. Ignore the instructions on the back, personally, because even if you go half, every tank is different. So I would start off with 1 milliliter, and then I would test. What I did was I was testing. You either test every week, or I test twice a week, and then depending on what the nutrients were, I would increase it by 0.5 ml. If it's a small tank, then I would leave it maybe a week or so and then do it. But I was on a 450 litre, and I was testing to begin with twice a week, and then once a week, and then just adjust accordingly. For it to really work, you do need have both phosphates and nitrates. If your phosphates and nitrates are low, it can work, but doesn't work as effectively. So it needs both in the system for it to work. I only found that out after I'd been using it for a while. And it also doesn't kick in straight away, so it can take a while. Whereas you get other things that you can just dose and they'll take the nutrients, or Roaphos will take out phosphate. But you do need both nutrients in there for it to work effectively. I think that's about it. But I used it for 6.5 years from day one on a tank. Yeah. But then I had tangs in it, and I had quite a lot of fish in it from day one as well, because it was a tank transfer, so you get away. I wouldn't dose it from day one. Although if you use the Red Sea Mature kit to cycle your tank, that does come with a small amount of no-pox, and it will tell you after X number of days to use no-pox, because it starts to help with bacteria. I don't know the science behind it, but within there is no. But I didn't get it, but now I do get it more because I understand bacteria a little bit more. I wouldn't say I understand it at all, but I understand a bit more. So no-pox helps with beneficial bacteria and the creation of bacteria. So that's why they use it, Red Sea, in their mature kit. So actually, I was probably doing something I didn't realize, which actually was a good thing by dosing no-pox, but I wasn't dosing it for that reason. I was dosing it for
you did well with it. You did well with it, didn't you, Paul?
Yeah, 6.5 years. When I closed down, so I was really pleased with it. I only used it because when I got the tank, it came with all the Red Sea stuff, the elements ABC. It came with 3 bottles of no-pox because I took a job lot from someone, so I thought I might as well use it. Never used it before, and I just decided to start. I looked at the back of it and thinking, there's no way I'm going full dose on this. When I'd done a bit of research, a lot of people had crashed their tanks, had loads of snot in the sump, that had blooms, had lost fish, they'd lost corals. People saying don't use it, so I thought I'd just go lowball it and went from there. And it was you do get a little bit of snot in the sump to begin with. I usually find you're dosing a bit too much if you're doing.
It is something hard to work out, isn't it? Calculate your tank volume when you've got rock, sand, corals.
Yeah, so that's why I started with 1 milliliter. It's a bit like when I started doing alk and stuff like that. I didn't work out how much I was using. I started off with a small amount, tested every week, and then adjusted it because you had the apex. I could do 0.5 that was really accurate. So I had the Apex doses, and at that time they was probably one of the most accurate ones out there. And so I used those. So that's how I used to calibrate what consumption was: just dose, low amount, test, adjust. Yeah. And every week I would just adjust until it was dialed in. So that's how I did it. I couldn't get my head around at the beginning how you do this. How much am I using up every day? And I thought, I sod that. I'm just going to lowball it and start off with 1 milliliter.
I think that's it. Advice, so whatever it is, always go like half the actual dose at first, and then you can always up it, can't you? But never do the recommended dose straight off because it's just
because it will say something that's got a low amount of stock or medium. I've got no idea what is low stock 1 coral.
Yeah,
and also the size of tank. I've got no idea what low, medium, and I kind of know what high stock is. If all your rocks are covered in coral, then you would say that's pretty much a high level of stock. But then if it's that much, do you have to go more than high? So I think the guides are quite difficult to understand.
Well, I mean, it's not just that; it's easier to put in more than it is to take out, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That's it. Changes and stuff like that. So
you're right, Tom.
But if you're doing like on Steve's tank with 25% a week, you'd have to get quite a lot of corals in there that are settled and are really sucking up the nutrients for you to use all for reef. Because 25% change a week would last you quite a while before you need to. You will eventually have those because they'll settle in. And once they settle, that's it. They start hoovering it up, don't they? And you find out when your tank's settled because all of a sudden your alkalinity starts to go down. And you think, hang on a minute, I've got to really up the dosage.
No, it's definitely true. But I mean, really, I'll probably stick to, like I said, 110 liters because I know that 110 liters is going to be 20 liters is 20% of this. Would it be 25%? Would it be about 40 liters of water volume? So it's going to be about 20. It's going to be about 25%. So theoretically, like I said, when I start adding more coral into the system, for sure, going to be using the alkalinity. So is it going to be enough just to do a 20% water change each week? Probably. You might only have to dose, like say, 2 mil of that stuff or whatever a day, or 1 mil a day, whatever, just to keep it about 8.2, 8.3, which is I think what All for Reef runs at, if I'm not mistaken. But just to keep it there, because obviously I've only tested the alkalinity on the tank. And the alkalinity on this now is 7.6. I think it is. Last time I tested it a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? There's only like 2 corals in there. But 3, sorry. The Rajo and then those 2 torches. So when I start to stock it, obviously, it's going to be taking it because it's smaller water volume. It's going to be sucking it out in it. You know what I mean? So I will need to start dosing more. But I think so far, 20 litres. The 20% water change each week is sufficient enough.
Right, for the time being.
For the time being, just like I said, when it gets fully stocked, because I want to maybe get some like Kenya trees and proper do it all up, proper kit it all out. I want to really go to town on this. It'll look really nice. You know what I mean? It's a little grandson's one, Mason's mini reef mate. So it's got a little nice for him when he's older.
He's going soft in his old age, isn't he? He's going soft.
Mason's mini reef. I've got somebody on. I've got somebody on to design a little logo for me, little grandson. So he's going to be going on with my mate. So yeah, it's going to be good, mate. Looking forward to it.
Mate, that's such a nice idea, actually. Nice touch.
Yeah, you know what? Honest to God, my grandson, I'm kid you not, yeah. Honest to God, the moment he comes in, yeah, he's like what 8 months now, yeah, 8 months. He just loves the light and the movement and everything. Yeah, I think I don't know if it's the light or what, but he's just drawn to it. He comes in and his head just turns straight to where it is, mate. You know what I mean? It's like they're fascinated, you know, with it. So I think I want to get him involved. I want to get him. You know what I mean? And then when he gets older, yeah, let him feed the fish and all that, mate. You know what I mean? When he gets older, you know what I mean? But yeah.
He need feeding.
I haven't fed him much today, and they're knocking on the glass telling me to feed him.
Yeah, I can see him. They're all in that top corner, aren't they? Still,
they're going like that.
Like a bunch of piranhas.
Bloody hell! He baits the wall
bunch of piranhas.
He does, doesn't he? He's put a load of food in there.
Jesus, I think I put that. That's my food for
a year.
Yeah, but watch the weir and see if any gets to it, because I guarantee it won't.
Well, not with all them fish in it, it won't.
No, no chance.
No chance of that, mate.
Which is a good thing, though, isn't it?
But they're all taking the turns, aren't they? They're all
you put a lot in, and you think that's way too much, but honestly, it don't get anywhere near the weir. It's eaten before it gets anywhere near it.
Yeah, that's what you want, isn't it?
The chromis do so much; it's unreal.
Oh yeah. Chromis are
you don't even want it to touch the sand, do you? You want it to be gone before it hits the bottom of the tank.
And that's it now. That's it now.
Gone.
Pretty much gone now. Yeah, gone.
That's another tenner.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Scott's got
I agree with Scott completely.
Old school advice,
Said that to me.
When you see coralline algae, yeah, very good.
I heard that, and I quite like that tip. I think that's a good tip because it means you've got the building blocks for coral skeletons, isn't it? When you've got coralline.
Yeah.
But I always thought you to introduce coralline algae has to come in on something. It doesn't just appear.
It does, yeah. You don't just get it, do you?
Yeah.
Must come on like your first frag.
Get it. Quite often, I'll put in a frag. From another tank, off the back of a tank and throw it in, because then that will seed it, and then obviously when it goes onto the rocks. I mean, I stand to be correct. I've read it. Doesn't mean it's true that you need to introduce it in tank. It doesn't just happen. But I don't know if that is true or whether that's an old wife.
Well,
we don't
play a waiting game. Remember
fair point.
They sell it in that bottles, don't they? I don't know which company do it. They sell it in the coralline bottle. You know, when they tip it in
liquid.
You tip it in.
You get liquid in
it was a liquid, and I was like, what the hell? I can't see that.
Remember that.
Yeah,
you'll need to do that, and Tom, if you're not going to put any corals in.
But you can bring it in on cleanup crew, can't you? If you go to an NFS, they'll sometimes have coralline algae in the back of a snail. Bring that in, and then that will do the trick.
That's right. Yeah,
get yourself a pink snail.
What are reefer leads in the house evening, Lee? Reeking, baslets can be aggressive. Yes, Lee's put about putting the RO is to get a two-way splitter. I think he means for the washer feed and link it to that. Yeah, you could do that for sure. Girls, reef, swimming pool leak detector, and put the drum on a lap trap to save you hundreds of times. Yeah. For your RO system, I'm assuming. All bassets are aggressive and territorial. Those small prawn gobies are very, very small. So he says. So Lee says.
They look
they could be perfect for a nano tank. Yeah, I might look into them, to be honest. They look nice.
Yeah.
John's put Steve. The reason for Jay's success is he secretly feeds Daphne.
Hey, imagine if that was true, and you lot have all been taking the piss 2 or 3 years, and that is the secret. Remember that live stream? And I was like, oh, look at these guys here. I've got this Daphne.
Jay's secret success.
I was like, what's the problem with these? Like, what is this? I don't get it.
Oh dear.
I've never seen them since. They're all in there still somewhere. Oh, they've been killed or eaten.
They've been at me. They've gone,
the
mate.
snails would have eaten them when they died.
Yeah,
probably.
They've gone, mate. They've gone.
Exactly.
Budget pond keeper, even in budget pond keeper. Hope you're well. Lee's put a guy on Ultimate Reef has good has sold 3 Amazeball frags for £180 each. Wow. Reef King, there's no rules in reefing. Just need to do the basics, then you're good to go. That's all you got to do, mate. Just stick to the basics. If you stick to 6, then everything else should fall into place. We all know that that should just be the case. You're going to get issues, right? Everybody in the reefing hobby is going to get diatoms. They're going to get some form of algae, whether it be bryopsis, whether it be normal green air algae or anything. Yeah, anybody who says they don't are liars, because it's just part of nature, mate. You know what I mean? You're going to get some at some point.
It's
you might get
though, isn't it? Cyano bacteria.
Yeah, cyano. You're going to get it.
Algae's all on the reef. You don't usually see it because the tangs eat it. I mean, tangs survive. Where do they get all their algae?
And there's millions of snails, mate, on the reef floor and all that, and hundreds of millions of them, mate. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, everybody gets it. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I always look at it's like the building blocks in it. Yeah, if you have the right foundations from the get go, you build a building on the right foundations, you can build it as high as you want. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could go as far as you want. If you build it on sand, you know, eventually, a couple of floors, mate, are going to be all right. The next one, they're going to go downhill.
What about if it were live sand, though?
Live sand.
Well, if it was live sand, you could. It's possible, mate. You could build on that, but maybe 3 floors as opposed to 4. Yeah,
thank you.
But also, you just don't want anything to dominate. You don't want any of the species to dominate. That's the thing.
No.
Because that's when you have trouble, isn't it? It's like keep a nice balance,
like your clowns,
dominating. Yeah.
You don't.
I was going to say as well to that one, it's like just like don't overcomplicate it. I know there's like a load of kit out there that you can buy, but like you don't always need it. Like a lot of it. Without, I know this is not going to be good news for anybody making products, but you don't need most of it or half of it at least. You don't. Unless you want to.
I agree there. I agree. Yeah. And we've said that, and we've had this conversation hundreds of times, haven't we? Like, what do we need? Do we need this? Do we not need that? Is it necessary? You don't. This that Sanjay. I think it's Sanjay. Is it Sanjay Goshi or Gochi or whatever? Yeah, he's got a 23-year-old tank in his hallway, mate. And when he opens his sump, there's nothing in it. There's just live rock. There's no skimmer. There's no biomedia. There's no like filter floss. There's absolutely nothing other than sand. And he's just got. I mean, granted, it's only a softy tank. Like it's just like hundreds of mushrooms and Kenya trees but it's 23 years old, mate. And he went, I don't do anything with it. Clean the glass just so people can see, and that's about it. And it's just madness, mate. And there's nothing in it, so it just goes to show that. I mean, and I'm the worst one for it. You know,
bells and whistles are not always needed.
You don't need. Your 6 verse pumps. You don't need them, mate. You don't need them. You don't need them. But you know what, though? The handy to have out there just in case, mate.
It just makes it easier.
Yeah, makes it easier.
Necessarily need it.
No. You don't.
There's a difference there.
You don't need it. Yeah. You don't.
I think sometimes it can take your eye off the ball from actual what you should be focusing on as well.
It's very true. Very true. That. Yeah. I you know what? It's a good point you make there, Tom. Because, like you said, when you first get into this hobby, you know yourself, Jay, just like all of us. Yeah. I was obsessed with like testing. I tested 2 or 3 times a baby. I was like obsessed, mate. And then like I said, then when you buy testers that are easy and stuff like, it takes your eye off the ball. You think, oh, I'll just use that machine. I'll test it on that machine in a minute. Yeah, no problem. I'll press the button, and it just takes your eye off that ball, and you just don't think, really. In theory, you should stick to what you know and like be on the ball all the time with it. You know what I mean? Especially when you invest all that money, all that time, all that effort, the money and everything that goes into it. To take your eye off the ball because you're too lazy, it is. And I'm the worst one for it. So listen, I hold my hands up. I'm no saint for sure in that sense. But I think for my reef tank, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I think I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on my tank, maybe test more, send more
every week to begin with.
You know what I mean? And do all that, do all the good husbandry at first, yeah.
I think you need to
then,
in the first year or so.
In the first year or so, and then see how it goes. You know what I mean? See how it runs. But that I'm definitely going to do that. Definitely, that's my word on this one for sure, because it's. I did take me. I mean, but my other tank, it ran itself, like I said before. It ran itself because it was mature, it was established. So I didn't really need to do much with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this tank I'm going to stick to the basics, like you said.
That's
it.
I think the best thing about testing equipment is that it records the information for you, so you can look at historical data and you can understand your tank more. I think for me, so if you wanted to understand, all jokes aside, if you wanted to understand the trend of your pH between the day and the night, or your salinity, or whatever else, you've got that, that testing equipment, so you can look at that trend. I'm not plugging a brand here, by the way. Majority of big brands do it offer that now. I think the issue that I have with all this technology is the calibration of it, is how often you should do it. Is it accurate? How long before it needs to be calibrated? So then you're almost, I'm sort of contradicting what I'm just saying a little bit here, but you're almost sort of questioning the historic data it's giving you for the last month. Is it accurate, or should I have calibrated it? And then would it have been different? So then it starts to make you think, well, why did I spend this £500-600 in the first place if I'm questioning whether the data that it's giving me is accurate or not?
I agree. I think with anything like that though, Tom, regardless of whether it's 500 quid, 100 quid, or 10,000 quid, anything like with probes and all that, and calibration and motors and steppable, I think they've just got to be calibrated. I mean, one thing I religiously calibrate all the time, without a doubt, is my salinity probe. I always calibrate that. Literally every 2 weeks, mate. I
do mine.
And for the sake of £1.50, whatever the sachets are for it, I've got about 40 in there, in my cupboard now. And I just, for the sake of a quid, you know what I mean, or whatever they are, £1.50. It's just not worth it, because I made the mistake of not calibrating it for, I think it was a month and a half or something. And I was always like testing it. And then things were going, and things wasn't right. And then I looked, and then I tested it. And when I calibrated it, it was like 1.0. It was like it had gone to like 1.028. It was, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh my god! And yet, when your tank's stable and it's so accurate with one, like with being at 1.025, when it goes to 1.028, it doesn't sound like much, but flipping it, some corals, especially the SPS,
that's a big difference, though. That's quite a big deal. And I find the Hannah doesn't take much, but to start drifting.
No.
So I think you have to do it.
I don't use it anymore. I've fallen out with it.
I don't think
it holds enough. I don't think it holds itself enough. I use my refractometer now. I've gone old school on it.
Yeah. Oh no, old school. You can't go wrong with them for sure. But I mean, I swear with that thing. If you calibrate it, just like any machinery or any equipment, you calibrate them right all the time. They should hold the thing. You know what I mean? Because I tested it with my refractometer when I calibrated the salinity pen. I've got my refractometer out, which I very rarely use. And I've tested the water, and it's come back absolutely spot on what the pen's reading. So, and I always just like when I was when I calibrate my KH keeper. I've said it before. I use 3 different things. I use the Hannah one. The alkalinity one, the Hannah one, and then I also use the Salifert, and then I use my KH keeper, and so there's three alkalinity tests that are being done, which you test, and then I go on an average then. So the Hannah checker might come in at like say 8.8, then the KH keeper might come in at 9.6 or whatever, and then God knows might come in at 9.1, and then I take an average and I put that down.
I'd just be
just like that's what I do. That's what I do, mate. Because you know what, every one of them are not going to read exactly the same. It's impossible, mate. You've got a £10. You've got a £10 Salifert, Then you've got an £80 Hannah checker, and then you've got an £800 bloody KH keeper. So you're like, really? The KH keeper should be right, but then when you check it and you go, and that reads at 9.2, and you're like, this isn't right. And then you test it when the Hannah checker is coming in at 8.4, and you're like, well, hold on a minute, we're like 0.8 difference here. So which one's right? Which one do I go off? So it's like you're never going to know, mate. It's just an impossibility you're going to know what it is.
It's never going to give you those test kits are never going to
give you
the accuracy.
They give you a ballpark.
In a million years. Gives you a ballpark.
They give you a range.
And then you're looking for patterns, aren't you?
Yeah, trends.
So if you do it the same every week, and if you get a flat line on it, it's happy days, unless obviously you want to put it up or down. So
Absolutely.
you're looking for patterns over a period of time and variations to it, aren't you? Is what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And you want it as flat as a pancake.
And
that's how you.
Yeah, there's no fluctuations. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. That's all you. So the reality of it is, it's like the KH keeper might read at 8.2. It doesn't mean it's 8.2. Yeah, it could be 9. Yeah, but like you said, if I look on my graph, then it's got 8.2 all the way for the week.
It very well for 700 quid.
No, but he's right. He's right. You'd rather have stability at 9.2 than have it all over the place. Of course you would.
What he's saying is he doesn't trust his KH keeper. He's not sure about his hand. But he does like his £10 salapert kit. So there you go.
I don't trust. I don't trust anything, mate. I don't trust any. I look at the corals, and the corals will tell me, if they look right, and the corals look right, and they're not bleaching out.
He's like, well, that's wrong.
No, but I did the phosphate reading this morning on this before I went to work this morning. I got 3 different figures, but they were all
phosphorus or phosphate.
Yeah. He uses his NASA
phosphorus.
Kit.
Phosphorus. I don't tell.
It's only there's no phosphorus in tank water. It's just it's phosphate. It's just for some reason I don't call it phosphorus. It's parts per billion. That's why, not parts per million.
And buy the phosphate one, not the phosphorus.
Sure. I got 3 different readings, but they were over a certain number and below a certain number, so I know it was within a range. Is all I'm saying. So that's what you.
Exactly.
When I go back to when I think back to when I first got in the hobby, you were looking for some reason, and I know it is to blame, and it's not blaming them personally as a company, but it was Triton. When Triton came out, and I got that method, it was like you've got to get greens, you got to no ambers or reds, you've got to get greens. It's got to be this, got to be this, got to be this. And all of a sudden, you were focusing on an exact number. I know it's changed now, and it's a little bit slacker than it was back in the day. But like when I first started, it was like you were literally going for your alkaline. It had to be 8. Not like 8.2 or 7.7. It needed to be around 8, and you were just chasing it all the time. And it's just not good because you just create so much instability in your tank. It just goes all over the place.
Pressure on you as well because you're then fretting about it's 0.2 out, and the reality is don't matter, does it?
Well, your corals aren't going to ring you up going, we're gonna absorb a lot of alkalinity now, just to let you know. It's just not going to happen.
So where was your phosphate? Was it somewhere between Jupiter and Saturn, or was it back on Earth yet?
No, it's more like Uranus.
Nice one.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's a bit grim. So.
Really big.
Really big.
Grim.
Oh, big.
Nice one.
Right then, let's go on some of these things. Scott's saying there's a few people saying nice orange gunnies. I mean, I'd love to get a gunny in this little nano. You know what? I might just get a cheap one just to see whether it works.
Get an Algaepora. Algaepora.
I've had Algaeporas. You know what? They survived like there was no tomorrow in my tank last time. When I had them, and then I got rid of them all. But yeah, the Algaeporas, they seem to be more. How can I put it? More forgiving, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're easier to keep.
They're not as colourful though, are they? Some of them are really bright, but most of them are
dead dull, mate, aren't they?
They're green.
Green and brown.
All of them.
If you like
Algaepora.
I've got a mint green one. That's not brown, but they are usually they're usually a version of green.
Yeah.
I mean,
those are a nice coral.
Gonnies are like incredible, aren't they? The colours of Gonioporas are just like insane. But yeah, you never know. I might try one of them, get a cheap one. If we can get a cheap one, or if Jay puts one on eBay, I might bid for it at some point.
No, could do.
I'm not doing that ever again. Ever again. Evening, James. James is in as well. Nice one. Mate.
Evening. Hope you're well. Southeast 3-4 evening, mate. Hope you're well.
Yeah.
Let's.
Daryl's joining us there. What's going on?
The suggestions.
I'm fighting
he's fighting Cyano at the moment. Yeah, it happens, mate. When it's Cyano, it just comes and goes at Cyano, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And there's so many people like, or we'll put more flow into the area and so. I mean, when I had it, but that was my problem. Like it was dead spots, so the cyano was growing. But then when I did a wave maker or pointed the wave maker down and it disturbed it, it never came back. You know what I mean? Because it was being moved, the water was being moved. You know, flow was getting removed around. But cyano, it is ugly, and it's just one of those ugly.
It goes into sheet. When it starts sheeting,
it goes into a sheet.
It starts
horrible, mate. It's an horrible
stuff like that.
Yeah, suffocates them, doesn't it?
That's why I got a turkey baster, Jay. You'll be pleased to know.
Have you not had one before that last live stream? No.
No, and I ain't got cyano. I'm saying that was one of the reasons why I ended up getting one years ago in the hobby was to blow it off the rock.
To blow it off, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not boring you.
Scott's saying he's going to disagree with me because he's saying the Arabs in Saudi have built the world's highest building, Burj Khalifa, on sand. Yeah, but hold on a minute. Yeah, they built it on sand, but the foundations was about 100 foot, mate. Yeah, go on the Discovery Channel. I actually watched that where they built it, mate. Yeah. So it's on 100-foot footing pylons, mate. So yeah, they built it on sand, but they built it with concrete pylons. So yeah, you're right there, Scott, in a way. But yeah,
but you're not. In another way, wrong. He's polite.
I'll send you the link over. I'll send you the link over. Yeah, I'll send you the link over. Engineering, mate. Yeah, engineering marbles. It was on the Discovery or something like that.
Oh yeah,
it was good. Let's have a look.
Even our friend Jake Paul's gone and got a new tank this week. Have you seen it on Instagram? Jake Paul, you know, Prime YouTube guy. He's gone and got a tank.
He has a fight every now and again. Is he in the aquarium hobby?
He is, but he's filled it with plastic coral, hasn't he? I think I saw it the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is he one of those ones?
Got massive custom build.
Wow. Did you see that? Really nice house. He's probably tuning into our Friday night live stream. I know that.
Yeah, you better join in, mate.
With how many subscribers you've got, I'd look out for him. You never know.
Hey, Jake. Good to see you, mate. Hope it's going well.
What's your advice on plastic corals? Jay, what's your advice? What's your advice on plastic corals?
Plastic corals? Keep them topped up with paint. I don't know. What do you do with them? Can't do anything with them, can you? You don't want them going brown. I don't know.
Turkey based them off.
Turkey based them, mate.
Take them out every now and again and put a little bit of like hobby, you know, like the railway paint, hobby, whatever.
I'm not sure that would be good for the fish. The fish won't like that.
Every now and again, put them back.
Lead paint. We're going to go down well with it in the tank.
Is it lead paint?
You know what? As much as we talk about like those tanks and the side of it, every time that you know that Adam, is it Adam Sadler or Sadley or whatever?
Yeah, Polo Reef.
Yeah,
Polo Reef. Oh mate, I've got him on like the bell icon, yeah, and every time I see it, I just think to myself, I would just love to go. And just to pay that tank a visit, just so I can stand in front of it. You know what I mean? I don't care about seeing everything else. I just want to stand there and just like admire it and just like just like
incredible.
It's just one of the most incredible reef tanks I've ever seen in my life, and everything around it. It's like, but it's just like you can see like the passion in him, can't you? You know, like
you don't know where to stop, does it? You don't know when to stop.
He's trying to like breed things and all that, and you know what I mean? He's trying to like breed the rarest of fish, and he's trying to like, you know, all conservationists and all that. He's trying to add this and I'm like all for it. I think he's just fantastic. You know what he's doing now, but he done one of them. And his skimmer is like, he's got 2 skimmers which are about 15 foot tall. I'm like, oh my god, like this is just.
Don't make Jay look like he's made out of Lego. Little Lego man.
Yeah, the skimmer's like that, and there's Jay like
that. Big little yellow head.
Hopefully he invites me around so I can go and have a look. I'd love to go and see it in real life. It would be pretty cool.
Would be good.
Oh mate,
I think hasn't he got a live stream as well? I'm sure I've seen him sat in front of it.
He does do streams as well. Live streams. He presents
mate.
And other shows as well. Reef Palooza.
Yeah.
If ever there's a tank that I would love to go and see, if there was ever like a thing where you could say like, look, if there was an aquarium that you would love to go and see, it'd be that one, mate. That'd be my first one right at the top of the list. I'd just say
you got some clout when you got Top Shelf Aquatics coming and doing your rockscape for you on a build, haven't you?
Exactly. I mean,
he's spent over $1 million easily doing that. He's easily
and the rest.
His annual cost
Skimmer is that
for that.
His what?
His annual cost, because he employs the guy who runs it.
Oh yeah, he's got a dive.
I'm sure.
100 grand, weren't it? We said about it on a live stream about 3 years ago.
I'm sure.
100,000.
I'm sure there was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a what do you call it saying it. I read it, and it was because I googled what he did, and he was one of those. He's a broker, innit? You know, he was a broker. He had his own broker.
Hedge fund.
Hedge funds. Yeah, hedge fund. And I read, and it said that that his tank for his whole system, cost $20 million to set up.
20 million.
20 million. That's for the whole lot. Good. For the whole lot. Because remember the foundations, they had to dig down underground, and all concrete, mate. Put all concrete for his foundations all underneath. Because
they built
you go down all the stairs, don't you?
Yeah, built the house.
It was like $20 million for the whole thing. That's how much it. Because I don't know how they found out, but according to this report, it was $20 million for the whole setup. And you know what? You could imagine that it is.
I hope he's not offended if I say this, but I don't think it looks 20 million. I mean, he's probably.
Mate.
20 million.
I don't think he's bothered, Jeff. If I'm honest with you, because I think 20 million to him is like 20 quid to us. But
he's seriously hurt. You've hurt his feelings.
I mean, if you've got that sort of money, fair play.
Hey, he might name drop you in his next video, and you'll have 10,000 subs.
Well,
20,000.
35,000 a month. That's how much it is. 35,000 a month, mate.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? Hey,
I must be without live stuff and everything else, because he's spending 20 grand on a fish, wasn't he?
Well, it's got those rare fish on it. Those rare two. Is it like they like tangs or the equivalent of like tangs or something or angel? And they were like £25,000 $25,000 a piece, and he's got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god!
I wish I was his local LFS.
Hey,
I'd love that. If I was his local LFS, I'd love that. He's here again. How much is that Duncan? Well, it's a rare one. It's an ultra. It's $3,000.
It's 8.
So that $35,000 US, 27.5 grand in English money. So what, a grand a day, pretty much. Thereabouts.
Crazy,
and that's without the staff and that. It must be, because definitely that guy without $100,000.
Crazy money. Crazy.
Yeah. If you got it, how much he's worth.
It's no money to him, mate. If you imagine, it's worth 100.
But if you had it like he does, and you in the hobby, you'd do it, wouldn't you? You'd do the same. Let's be honest.
I don't care what it is.
Not on that scale.
Oh, stop, mate. Listen,
I don't know if I would either.
No,
I wouldn't. You know the reason.
I'd have a tube through every room like an hamster.
You know what I'd do? Have you seen them in the Maldives? And it's they make them glass rooms. Like there's a restaurant in the Maldives.
Underneath, yeah. Mate,
my dream, mate. Build on an actual reef, and then I don't have to have any maintenance. I just sit there watching a real reef from my house, from like the underground water room
on the toilet.
Feed it Daphne, yeah.
Kick a bit of Daphne in, I would do that. Just then
no. I've told my missus. I've said if I ever won the lottery, if I won the Euro Millions, I go 100 million, mate. I'm building my tank, my house around my tank, mate.
A giant test tube is building, like a big circular.
100%. Yeah, my missus knows about it, mate. That's what's happening.
We all know.
There's no doubt I would do it. Yeah, exactly. Dead right, you would. And you just employ people like he does. He doesn't do water changes, does he? That guy. He just employs people, mate, to do it. You know what I mean?
He's got a butler to do his in the garage.
Jeeves.
Yeah, he's got Paul's got Jeeves.
He's got Jeeves in the garage. Ask Jeeves. You remember that? That used to be a go-to website. That did.
It did.
The first one.
Ask him everything. I don't know if you knew about reef keeping though. It was a bit before my time.
It's moved into Paul's shed now. You know what I mean? gone a long way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But Tekka's Reef, Singapore has the world's biggest aquarium. You know what? I actually watched that Coddle 12G. You know that guy, the young.
Oh yeah, the young lad. Yeah.
He went there. Oh,
George.
mate, it's insane. Got whale shark, the thingy shark, those whale, you know, the whales, not the freak, what are they called? The medium-sized ones. Is it whale sharks? Those great big bloody freaking great big whales, mate. They've got them in it. Yeah, they're huge. Let me see. I'll show you now.
No, honestly, no, it's fine, Steve.
The big things that swim around.
Yeah, those great.
I tell you, he knows his fish.
Hey,
yeah.
If anyone knows his fish on the stream, it's Steve.
Yeah, give us a clue. Sounds like.
Yeah, that great big. Is it whale? Whale shark.
Whale sharks are big, and they've got like a big. They're like flat.
Don't you start? It's kind of that shape. Like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like an oval shape. It's like
nurse shark. Nurse shark.
It's a shark.
Yeah. Try and find it.
Like spots on.
Or is it a whale?
Well, it's not a whale nor a shark, is it? It's like in between.
Might be a basslet.
Might be a basslet, yeah.
Is it aggressive?
Territorial, I heard.
Yeah.
They're quite territorial, to be fair.
Right.
Oh,
don't worry about it, Steve.
It's like one of Steve's chromis and his clowns, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. They were huge, they were. I remember that.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Not as big as the clowns, though. Look at those clowns. Like all someone said earlier.
Free Willy.
Yeah.
Right, have you found it or are you giving up?
Yeah, don't worry about it, Steve.
I'm trying to find it, mate. Yeah, carry on talking.
Right, I'll try and find it. What is it you want?
He wants to know what a whale shark is.
It's the Singapore whale. Singapore whale.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Singapore Aquarium it was, wasn't it? But it's
Thanks for tuning
images.
in. Very interesting live stream.
You're not going to eat those chocolate biscuits, Jay? Are they just for show? Are they a prop?
Have you noticed, right, on every live stream, I have a cup of tea and biscuits. I don't always eat the biscuits.
Yeah.
It's just like a thing, isn't it? It's just like a
like a plastic fruit bowl that used to... No,
these...
They're real. Oh, they're posh ones. Oh, are they Christmas leftovers? Or
like these are always in our house. We always have them.
Right, okay.
Good choice they are. Do you like them ones?
Nice. I do actually. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
I like the other ones that are like the biscuit with the chocolate in the middle and the biscuit underneath. They're in the same Fox's one. They're nice.
Yeah, they're nice.
Right, I've found something, Steve. I'm gonna put it on the screen and we're gonna have a game of guess who.
Yeah.
Let me just...
I thought we're having a poll tonight anyway.
I think we should do a quiz with Steve and we can name the.
There you go, Steve. Right, Steve. Here we go. Right. So what we got there? Let's go back onto it. What is it? One of those?
He's going to show him every shark species.
It's what he wanted. Look at that scalloped hammerhead shark.
They're pretty big sharks, them, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, what one is it, Steve? Come on.
All in aquarium, I can't remember.
None of them are whale sharks. They've got like white spots on them, and they're more like oval.
Well, they've got ear, they've got white spot. Well, there you go. We're going around in circles now.
There's none of these. None of these.
No, it's not them. You're just repeating them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not them.
What about that? Look, say cheese is Sam the Shark. It's Sam the Shark.
Sam the Shark.
Say cheese with Sam the Shark.
Is it one of those?
It could be one of them.
What? Swim with Sam the Shark.
He's going to watch the video. He's going to come back next Friday and tell us.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some. I'll do some research and find out.
Oh, we're gripped. Right. We're gripped. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight with this excitement.
There we go.
Oh dear me.
Sunfish. They have the sunfish in there.
Have we got time for a quick poll, Steve? Or are you not feeling it tonight?
We're going to have a poll. What's the poll?
Oh God, I can't even bloody. I can't remember how you do them.
You have to go to YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio.
Oh yeah, no, you've got to go to YouTube Studio, aren't you?
He's hating me now. You're hating me right now, aren't you?
On content.
Where is it here?
Yeah. On content. Click on it in the bottom right hand corner below the comments.
1 minute. It's loaded up. 1 minute. 1 minute. YouTube Studio.
Someone's put 10:05. The biscuits are back in a tin, knowing Jay.
It's actually true. I don't actually eat any of them on the live stream. I don't.
You're probably as soggy and stale as you like.
On my videos.
Where do we go to now, Paul?
Are you in YouTube Studio?
I never eat them at that time.
You got to click on the live stream. So go to live, find the stream, click on it, and then you get another screen, and it'd be bottom right-hand corner below the comments.
I've had deja vu. I'm sure we told you how to do this a few times before.
Yeah, we have. He slept since then, though, Jay.
Oh, bless him.
What do I do? Go on the live stream, yeah.
All right, and if you got comments on the right-hand side,
comments.
You got all the comments on the.
What are you going to ask, Steve?
We don't even know what what's the poll going to be for. What's it going to be about?
Get one in, squeeze one in, 20 minutes.
I always like a poll. I always like a poll. I do.
Yeah. Jay always asks when he's not hosting.
Yeah, I do like a poll. And a giveaway. Steve's like normally the giveaway man, but I don't know.
He hasn't done one for ages, has he?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
I'll do one. I'm trying to find it. So I'm on it. I'm on the live stream here now on the studio. Yeah. So where do we go? So I've gone to it. Yeah. Whereabouts to go after that?
Bottom right hand corner. Along the right hand side, you have all the comments. Right at the bottom, there's some icons, and one of you hover over, and one of them it says poll. You got Q&A, and next to it you got
you have. Yeah. I don't need to be rude, Steve, but there's no one watching anymore, so I won't even bother.
Yeah.
Everyone's left.
And you're now 45 minutes behind on the comments.
Oh yeah, bollocks for that.
What, the comments are 45 minutes?
No,
sorry, viewers. We do value your comments.
Yeah,
Steve.
Yeah, we do value your comments. Yeah, yeah, right. Scott's saying, been a long bloody day. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Well, usually in bed, I was snoring your head off. I was in work, mate. Right. Yeah.
George. Yeah. Matt.
Goliath groupers and leopard sharks in Singapore Aquarium.
That makes sense with spots. Yeah, that's it. Leopard shark.
Has anyone brought their Aqua Show tickets yet, and which day? I haven't, because I don't know whether I was going to go 100%, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I can. It's near my birthday, so I should, if I can get it off, I will go.
So we're talking about going on this Saturday, aren't we? If we go,
probably be the Saturday. It will probably be the Saturday.
If I'm being truthful, I haven't bought my ticket yet, though. But I am going to go.
I haven't bought it either yet.
I'm just waiting to know which day Jay's going, so I can get the opposite. That's all.
The thing is, I'm laughing, but that is probably true as well. To be fair, yeah, the Saturday I want to go. So you go on the Sunday, Tom.
So the theory is Saturday.
There's no call left on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, man. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, am I joking? Come on the Saturday with me.
I'm gonna do. Do you want to borrow my palm meter?
Oh, could be interesting that actually. Yeah, I could be interested. There is a website now where you can actually rent a palm meter.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
All right, then don't rent.
£20
website then.
All right. You can borrow it. You can do a video. Right, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can do a video.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you.
I think more people are going on the Saturday than the Sunday. I reckon.
Yeah, a lot of people are going on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday. A lot of
people. You just want the fresh pickings, don't you? You don't want the leftovers. Do you know what? To be truthful, I was just waiting to see if there's any more exhibitors.
Well, I've got to say, I'm hoping there isn't a massive number of reefing ones, is there?
No.
Drip is, mate.
You can talk, Tom. Tom, what's your question, Tom?
Pardon?
There's a question from Tom Farmer Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. A friend of Drippy's has got a shop in Lincoln, not far from me, an LFS. I've never been before, and he's at Aqua, and he's bringing a lot of fags with him. So watch your space.
Exclusive there from Tom. Exclusive.
And I've seen some of the stock, and it looks impressive, and his prices are very, very attractive. Yeah.
So
interesting.
More reason to go on a Saturday.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh yeah, the prices I've seen, they'll be gone. They'll be gone by Sunday. So yeah,
I'd like us all to be there on the same day. That'd be nice. Try and get.
We'll go Saturday. So I think all three of us are going Saturday. And if Steve goes, you'll go Saturday, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be going Saturday.
Yeah, I'll go
Saturday. I don't know.
Try and get Ross to go Saturday.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? Get the fivers down.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll go Saturday. I'll go Saturday.
It'd be a good laugh like it was last time we met up. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I'll what do you call it? If I'm not off, actually off, I'll probably book a day off.
Book a holiday now. You book your holiday now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I could book it all day. I'll book it all day. And we'll all go, can't we? That'll be good, that.
Definitely.
Good meet up.
That's been
anyway, not know where it is. Where is it?
Stoneleigh? Is it Stoneleigh?
Yeah.
Stoneleigh.
There's that.
It's just south of Birmingham.
Birmingham, yeah.
Oh,
Midlands.
Birmingham. Oh, right, so it's not far. Oh, so it's in the middle, isn't it?
M6 for you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Maybe M1 or M40.
Very central. Very central.
Yeah.
Central,
I don't know if there's any reefing
Fair
talks or anything like that. All I've seen that there's, about 10
exhibitors.
You know what though? Can that be even wrong? Can that be even wrong though? It's more of a is it more like is it like that aquapets where it's more like is it like reptiles and fish and freshwater and all that? Is it like all of it? Everything?
There's a mix there, yeah. So it's freshwater, saltwater, reptiles.
Right. Interesting. You know what? I'll probably have a walk around the reptiles because the bloody kids are going on about one of those bearded dragons. Been miming their life out of me, mate. Oh, mate.
No, they're just calling it you, Steve.
Oh, mate, they are. You know what, all those
that bearded dragon on that bus.
Listen, mate, research them freaking bearded dragons, mate. They're more hassle than bloody good. Honest to God, mate. Yeah, rather than a tank your size, mate. Tell you than one of them. Freaking hell, it's an absolute nightmare. You know, all of us, the kids are miming in the life. Oh, let's get one of these. Oh, mate, yeah. Just like we get a new dog and I'll take it for a walk all the time.
Yeah, you'll have to.
That's what they said. You know, kids are always like that, aren't they? We'll take it for a walk. We'll take the dog for walks, mate. It happens for about 2 weeks. And that's
never happens.
Yeah, never, mate. Never. I'm the one who takes out.
There's a lad on Instagram. I can't remember his name. Who's got a massive one. A young lad. And he's eating like a banana. It'll crawl up his leg and like take it off him. Have you seen it?
Oh, mate.
It's massive. Can't remember his name.
Yeah, some of them they grow huge.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they do look good. Don't get me wrong. I do like them. You know what I mean. But like a lot of the work, like what you got to go into, got to buy these heat lamps and like I've never been into reptile. You know, like what you got, but just researching it a little bit because in my me, like you got to have this heat lamp and then you've got to sprinkle this vitamin powder and all this powder in the foods, and you got to give them these live.
Sounds like a tank, doesn't it?
You just took words out of my mouth. I was going to say, just get a reef tank. It's far easier.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Oh, mate, this is just for a bearded dragon. I'm like, oh, mate, this is like insane. So yeah, I think I want to call it. Yeah. I think I'll knock it on the head, you know what I mean, to be honest. So. But
you might have to put pods in every week for Lily, make sure I'm not going too thin.
Oh,
yeah, keep Lily happy, that's the main thing.
Come on, Steve, when you get the tank, when's your tank coming? When's your tank coming?
We get the kids. It's all in action, mate. So yeah, it's gonna be I reckon it's gonna be around the middle of February to probably the beginning of March, I reckon it'll all be done.
Not long.
So yeah, that's not long. It's that's what we've got in thingy anyway. You know what I mean, Mick and Nick. So yeah, we've got it in place. We know exactly like what the plan, like the design, everything what I want, how it needs to be done. So yeah, it's all in place, mate. So really now it's just like I said, the decoration of this house. I filled all the walls in, plastered all the walls where the electrician had been. Done all that, so smoothed them all out. So now they're like baby's bum, they're smooth. So now you can get all the paint on it. You know what I mean? And the missus now she's seen those. You know those the paneling that you can get on the walls. You know the panels that look really nice. You know those panels, yeah. So now she said, oh, let's get these panels. I'm like, oh yeah, freaking get it. So now,
mate,
but only halfway. Only halfway, halfway at the wall, because she wants that, and then she wants pictures of the kid, of the grandson and the kids on the wall, in canvases, So she wants them as well. So we want that halfway up the wall, and then them pictures of the kids. You know what I mean? So I think it'll look nice. So I've got to do that. You know what I mean? So let's change the plan. So panels have got to be done. So yeah, it's more and more changes, and then get a new sofa, and then new flooring. And then we're good. Then we can get the tank in. So
nice.
I reckon March, beginning of March, mate, the latest. It'll all be in.
Yeah.
Be done.
That's brilliant. That is
exciting times.
I know.
But then, yeah, it's going to be nice, mate, for sure. But then it's like I said, then it's like it's one of those ones, like I said, I don't want to rush it. Then I'm not going to rush it. I want to make sure that the scape is right. I want to make sure, and I was going to get the scape. I was going to get a dry scape, but then a lot of you guys, like especially Tom, was like, oh, when it was leaching out all that stuff, I'm like, oh man, this is not good. And then I'm like, right, do I go with live rock and build my scape? You know what I mean, and do it myself. So it's just like now I'm like,
sure
you know, when you're listening to reefers. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, live sand is a must, mate. I'm having live sand, but then it's like I said, live sand, and then do a go with live rock. I know the potential of getting bugs and stuff like in it, but I think that outweighs it. You know what I mean? Because the more you're hearing more and more bad things about dry rock. You know what I mean? And man-made rocks. So it's I don't really know.
Get a mix, because to try and get
a mix
with a whole tank with live rock it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be more expensive as well.
You know, mate.
What? No, I was going to say, trying to fit a big tank with live rock, really expensive. If you can get,
I think if I was going to do it again, Steve, I put my scape in, I fill it with RO, and I would just run a phosphoreactor on it, or lanthanum chloride or something, and just literally rip it out. And
would you?
Rush them. Yeah, definitely.
Well, get a tub so you got less water to go in there, and then you just turn it over.
Yeah, but things we run it through your system, you get rid of any plastic filings or any, put a filter sock on it, and any residue that's floating around, you're going to catch it up, and then empty it, and then fill it up again. But you don't have to spend money on salt then.
Yeah, you've already got a guy to sort his scape out, though, ain't you, Steve? I thought you had someone
for sure. I mean, I've got a thing, and then Scott was saying, oh, he could do it. You know, Scott was saying like he could do, because he does some good scapes. To be fair, Scott, you know what I mean. His scape in his tank is probably one of the best scapes I've ever seen, mate. I'm not just saying that because he's a mate, but I'm seriously like, if you see his scape, it's just like insane, and the way his corals are all set out, all his SPS, mate, is like incredible. When it fills out, that will be one of the best SPS tanks. I'm not just saying it, in the country. It's just incredible. The colours of it are so vibrant, mate. And Scott, as you know, Paul knows Scott. He goes all out. He goes all out for it, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He's like really, he knows his stuff for sure.
Oh, it's passionate,
you know what I mean? But he said, absolutely, mate. And I mean, his old one was incredible. So this one is like a lot bigger, and it's the scape is brilliant. If I could get my scape like his, then for sure. But
he's
like I said, I mean, I know Gil's. Where's that?
He's got a comment saying he's doing your scape. He'll do your scape for you.
Does he put it? All right, loving it. Oh, there he is. Yeah. State March, not enough time. Make it August, not enough time. If it's a flag your bubble. Yeah. I'll be doing your scape, so don't be stressing. Oh, mate, yeah. No, so Gil and Liam's right. You know what I mean? That is the ideal plan, to do that, and then soak it. But it's having it's where you soak it. Can I leave it outside? I don't, in a big tub. You know what I mean? Because I've not got the space in my house to leave it. And when the house is all decorated, there is no way in chance is my missus going to let me have a big tub in soaking with
it's a feature
in the living room, mate. You've got no chance. You've got more chance of me becoming an astronaut. You know what I mean?
As long as it's covered, you can leave it. As long as it's covered, you can leave it outside. I can't see any reason why not if it's covered. As long as it's covered.
That's what I mean.
Rainwater.
That is the way to do it. Because you've got 3 months to get rid of all the crap off them.
You could do that now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Get your scape sorted.
Yeah.
And then soak it.
And then in March, it's sorted then, isn't it?
Put a cover on it, then do water changes.
Good tip, that is. Don't ignore that one, Steve. It's a good tip, that one is.
Well, you know what? I've known about that for ages, for sure. That's the right way to do it, to be honest, to leach out and stuff, for sure. It just goes down to the space.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that with mine, which is why.
Exactly.
Yeah, but could you do a phosphate test on RO water? Would the test kits come out okay with fresh water?
Never done one. I don't know.
Because I thought they was just for salt water, but I could be wrong. I've never done it. I thought they were calibrated. And so if you got a Salifert phosphate test, would it work?
But then I'd say, does the salinity of your marine water does it matter?
I don't know. I don't know if it would. Would it work? I don't know if it would work.
If somebody runs a salinity at 0. I don't know, say argument 2.3 and 2.6, is the reading going to be different because it's saltier and less saltier?
I don't know about phosphate, but I think alkalinity and the other elements come out different depending on your salinity. But I don't know about nitrate and phosphate. Would that vary depending on the salinity, or would it work at all on pure RO? I don't know is the answer. I don't know if anyone would know.
Good question.
Never tried it. Because otherwise you're doing it, it comes up as 0.
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't know. That.
But if you know it's going to leak, you just take it that.
In fact, no, because I ran mine at 0. Oh Christ! Don't quote me now. What did I run it at when I was cycling it? 0.0. Come on, Steve, help me out.
19?
It was this Dr. Tim's, wasn't it? What was it? It was really low. And the phosphate was sky high, and it was no different when I salted it up. It was the same.
Don't know.
But I don't know what it'd be like if it was 0, as in just all RO. All I'm thinking from a cost point of view is
I know. I agree. I would do exactly the same.
Do you know what I mean? What's point in salting your tank? I mean, in hindsight, I'd have loved to have soaked this, but I just didn't have, Well, I could have done. In all fairness, I could have filled this tank with RO and then done it, but. I was eager to get fish in it. Waiting long enough.
Or you just do the display. You just do the display, not the sump.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
because that would reduce it.
But then you've got some. But I mean, it took so long to heat. I think it took 3 days to heat it up. 1,500 litres of water. Because again, obviously, your RO is getting fed off your main tank, isn't it?
The Arctic Doncaster.
Yeah, the Arctic. Yeah, polar bears.
Doncaster is in the Arctic Circle, isn't it?
Have you finished
with those sharks?
No, but no. If I'd got a smaller tank and I could put a scape in a bucket, definitely. Yeah, but I think you would get an advantage if you went with Scott and did live rock, Steve. Personally,
it sounds like Scott.
I'm thinking like, would you go like Paul said? Would you go half and half? Would you go half live rock, because then the live rock then could will be like
it's more economical, isn't it?
Quite beneficial bacteria and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely.
And it could maybe theoretically break down. It could theoretically maybe break down anything that could potentially leach out of like the dry rock. Maybe I don't know, mate. You know what I mean? Because last time I used Aqua Roach out the original on my 170, which was probably not the best in ideal, but it was all that was there at the time. So I bought the skate, put that in, and then when I bought me a 350, obviously the Aqua Roach in me 170 was like a big, massive, healthy bacteria, So I shoved that in the 350, and then I added some what's it called?
The bioballs.
I already had them in my Nano in the 170, but I added what's the thing? The rocklets painted what's it called?
Real reef rock.
The Calibration. I added the Calibration live rock, live rock, I added that into it as an extra, to build the arch and all that.
Yeah.
And just the extra. And that was, and I added, and I never had any spikes. So I don't know where, and I think it was because obviously you added all that, that live rock, which is already seeded, into the system, and it broke it down. Do you know what I mean? Anything that thing. So, because like I said, I only did a couple of water changes, and then I stopped. I didn't even do any water changes. So from day one, near enough, then it all settled itself out. You know what I mean? But so I'm thinking potentially
if Scott can do a skate that you like at a live rock, I think I'd definitely.
It's the time, isn't it? Because if you've got live rock and it's out of water, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
A few people say put dry rock skate and then put live rock in the sump.
Well, that's what I've done because that's
absolutely.
To go.
Yeah, and that would definitely help because you're putting the bacteria in there, especially if it's been cooked for quite a while. If it comes at another tank that's all okay. Some live rock that's been around in someone's tank for 2-3 years. I mean, how long had your live rock gone in the sump?
7 years, 7, 8 years, 7, 8 years.
Nicely cooked. That's going to be full of tons of bacteria, isn't it?
Exactly. And it took about, like I said last week, it took about a week to. The biggest thing I've noticed was the clarity of the water, if anything.
Yeah,
really. You know, a lot of the goodness, unfortunately, you can't see it, can you? It's you know, not to the naked eye, as they say. But I think. I mean, when I put the coral tray in the back in the garage, a smaller one that I'm going to be building, I've got the old sun part of the old system, and that is literally just going to be full of live rock. I know it sounds silly. I'm literally just going to drive up and down the country buying live rock from people who've shut down tanks. So it don't matter whether it's a year, 5, whatever years old, and I'll just literally just cook it for however long I need to. Because for me, it's just such an underrated part of the hobby that we just take for granted, the bacteria.
Because it was like that for so many years, and now we're understanding it a lot more, and the lack of life.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying to you with your Nano the other week about the bacteria. You know, if Paul at AAC is selling, if he's bringing stuff in that's coming out of the sea, it's been in the sea for what, millions of years. There's going to be all right, whatever you want to cut. You know, it's been in there a long time, and the amount of different strains of bacteria on that are going to be far outcompete the strains of bacteria you've got in your marine tank.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, I mean, look at BRS when they've set up their tanks. The rocks come from Tampa, and they've taken this Tampa Bay sand as well, which is quite large.
Yeah.
Lumps as well, and it's made such a big difference.
Yeah.
To those tanks.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where they just put them out, they're seeding them. Yeah, you got the 52 weeks of reefing. And they're talking about in there how the recommendation where a lot of them, I think most of them, they've got a mix of dry and the stuff from Tampa and some of the tank. I think the one's going to be SPS is 100% the Tampa Bay sand and live rock.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no substitute really, is there?
No,
that is the way to do it.
It's live rock or dead rock, you know, a live rock or man-made thingy dry rock. You know which one you're gonna go with, don't you? You know what I mean? For sure. But anyway, that's it, guys.
That's it.
2 minutes over. So time has absolutely flown by. Absolutely appreciate you joining us, lads.
Good question, really Joe. Joe says, "Where's the poll?" Where is the poll? I got.
No, you know what? I'll have to get Paul onto the case. He's the man who does them. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, apologies. We will get a poll going, and we will do a giveaway of one of the Mugs' Aquarium mugs maybe next week or whatever. So yeah, we'll sort something out. We'll sort something out. Yeah. We'll sort something out.
We've got a special guest. We've got something happening next week, Jay.
Next week, yeah, we've got a special VIP reefing guest. So. I've got a beautiful tank on Instagram, so yeah, join us for next week, not to miss this one. Very beautiful reef tank. We're back on my channel, which is a bit weird actually. Yeah,
we are
back on Jay's Real Reef next week, so tune in for that one. Yeah, VIP guest. And are you a Steve next week, or are you?
Let's see. I'll be in next week. Yeah, I'll be in next week, mate.
So how are we going to get all 5 of us on the screen? That's going to be interesting.
I think we can get 5, can't we?
Just be smaller screen. I think 6 is the max.
I think it's 6.
Yeah,
I think 6 is the max. Yeah, I think it is.
So stay tuned for this one. It's going to be a good one. I'll unveil a bit more.
Anyway, guys, really appreciate you all joining us. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. And,
have a good weekend, everybody. See you next Friday.
Next week, guys. See you next week.
One.
Join in.
See ya.